Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 2021 Beaver's Virtual Students Pitch Competition. This is Team BRIS. Our group members are Brian Wei, Rebecca Wang, Iris Zhang, and Susie Lee. We are so glad to have you listen to our presentation.
Now, let's cut to the chase. Are you a newcomer student from China? Do you know any new high school student from China? Chinese newcomer students generally face a massive amount of challenges in this completely new environment. Nevertheless, our presentation will introduce you to an upcoming event, which will make studying abroad no longer a challenging process, but an enjoyable and comfortable stage of life.
During this presentation, we will bring up a brief introduction on the group of Chinese newcomer students, analyze the barriers and challenges they may face, provide effective solutions to the barriers, and propose an event which help Chinese newcomer students overcome those barriers.
First part, introduction. Who are the Chinese newcomer students? Why are they here in Canada? The number of Chinese students in Canada has increased by more than 100% in the past decade. Those students are mostly from middle or upper class families that are able to cover the cost of studying abroad and would like to send their children across the sea to seek for better education.
Studying abroad can definitely be a challenge, especially for those from China, an Asian country that is nearly 10,000 kilometers apart from Canada. But what exactly is bothering the newcomer students from China?
Moving on to the second part. As you get to know more about those Chinese newcomer students, we will list some barriers and challenges they may face, as well as provide some possible solutions.
Moving to Canada, a country that is a lot different from China, certainly makes the Chinese newcomer student feel unfamiliar. Everything can be new to them, including how their schools work, how to make social connections, how to ask for help, and so on. That's why studying abroad for Chinese newcomer students who grew up in China can be challenging. The barriers that Chinese newcomer high school students might face can be concluded in three categories: linguistic, social and cultural, or academic. Our group has sent out a questionnaire to 40 Chinese students in April who came here during the past 3 years to find out how exactly each category of barrier affects them.
To start off, we're going to talk about the language barriers. According to the survey result, common difficulties include the expression of oneself, the understanding of English, and the ability to participate well in a conversation. About the expression of oneself, due to the lack of English skills, some Chinese newcomer students cannot express their thoughts properly and effectively, which creates a lot of challenge for them in school as well as in their daily life. Similarly, the lack of understanding colloquial English and modern slang is also a critical issue for those who don't have a mother language of English. In addition, during real-life conversations, Chinese newcomers who are not confident with their English skills may struggle with joining or carrying a conversation forward with English as first language speakers. Last but not least, reading difficulties and bad accent are also some considerable barriers for newcomer students from China. However, these two issues are relatively less frequent than others.
Social barriers are also the critical problems for Chinese newcomer students. As shown in the survey results, being disconnected with society and being racialized are often mentioned. On the other hand, getting stuck in the comfort zone is another general problem that Chinese students might face. This connection to the society can be defined as Chinese newcomer students may find it difficult to do effective connections with local teenage groups due to language barriers and cultural differences. Let's go to the problem of racism. About 3 in 10 Chinese people in Canada, 51%, say they have been subject to slurs or jokes because of their race or ethnicity. Last but not least, lots of Chinese newcomer students have responded that they are hesitant to part from the comforts of their own culture and home in order to adapt to an unfamiliar and foreign environment.
According to the questionnaire, the majority of Chinese newcomer students are facing a significant amount of academic pressure that was applied by their guardians or the students themselves. As is known to all, Chinese families and guardians are relatively more likely to lay more emphasis on score or marks. Therefore, exams and applications may serve as ultimate tests of their academic performance that constantly hang above the student's heads, like the sword of Damocles. Moreover, Chinese students are known as extremely hardworking. Being competitive about grades and academic achievements is certainly a positive move. However, when the majority of Chinese students are doing pretty well in school, the pressure from peers can obviously rise on the other hand.
So as we now understand the barriers that Chinese newcomer students are facing, we will be looking at the solutions provided by students from the questionnaire for each of the barriers, as well as some helpful resources that Chinese newcomer students can reach.
After studying the result we've got from our survey, some solutions to the most common barriers can be created as follows. First of all, building confidence. Since the more you speak, the more you practice. More English communication can effectively build confidence in oneself. What's more, the confidence of oneself can effectively help one overcome discomfort caused by racism as well as the exclusion at school. Secondly, assimilate to local society, which means by learning about local cultures and costumes, Chinese students will get more involved in school and also the community. Socializing more can help Chinese newcomer students engage in their local community since it provides them with useful resources and informations, which will not only help them step out of their comfort zone, but also make new friends and feel less lonely.
Stress relief is also an effective manner. Properly relieving stress, such as playing sports, chatting with friends, traveling, etc., all play an important role in terms of helping oneself properly relieve stress. New Chinese students can also ask for help when facing difficulties. It is never wrong to reach out for help. Teachers, parents, counselors, etc. Here are the available resources. Please pause the video if you need a brief glance.
Part 3. Proposing a helpful event to assist Chinese newcomer students. After introducing the barriers that Chinese newcomer students might face and providing available ways to help, we finally reached the final part of our presentation.
Now, we are so glad to introduce you to BRIS and Beaver Newcomer Assisting Session, an event that serves the purpose of helping newcomer students develop a more satisfying experience studying in Canada, assisting them adapt to new environment, as well as helping them get involved in the community.
The event takes place online via Zoom and costs approximately 1 to 2 hours, targeting newcomers Chinese students in Canada. The main theme of the event is to help Chinese high school newcomer students in Canada overcome linguistic, social, cultural, and academic barriers.
Here is the specific detail on how the event will be planned.
So at the very beginning is the introduction, which explains what are the barriers that newcomer students are facing. What comes along with the introduction is the ice-breaking game. The purpose of the game is to let the students in the meet feel more comfortable and get involved. The game winners have an opportunity to get special prizes as well. Next is the free conversation, which lets students communicate what barriers they have faced and know about each other's situation in a better way. Now, the most significant round is the guest presentation. This section includes speeches given by graduated students about their own experiences of how they have overcome the barriers they faced. What's more, we will also invite specialists from educational organizations and let them share how to properly overcome these barriers. Now, the final part is question and answer. Students can ask questions about speeches given by graduated students or educational specialists. Their questions will be detailedly answered by the guest presenters.
So now, as a conclusion, we will restate the purpose and importance of our event. The highlights of this event is that by attending the Single One event, Chinese newcomer students can not only familiarize themselves with the facts and knowledge of the three main barriers that they are facing, but they can also learn ways to overcome all the barriers from their succeeded peers. Furthermore, they will be presented with a platform, Beaver with You, where they can expand their social network, broaden their international horizons, and receive help from professional groups. On the other hand, by holding this event, we will enable Beaver with You to be known by more newcomer Chinese students from the southwest of Ontario, and also introduce the student pitch competition to more brilliant minds. Also, all of our group members of BRIS are active and competitive to extracurriculars, which means that we are experienced and capable of holding and directing an online event. Therefore, we consider ourselves the best choice of the cooperators to hold this event, and we believe our event is truly helpful to the Chinese newcomer students.
Congratulations! We finally reached the end of the presentation. Your time is greatly appreciated, and we hope you enjoy our presentation a lot. We are looking forward to listening to your decisions and suggestions, and to the possible future of working together with Beaver with You to reach our shared goal of helping Chinese newcomer students in Canada. Thank you.